A new Pew Research poll shows that the people of every political party have major issues with higher education here in America. The poll shows that 61% of all adults think American higher education is heading in the wrong direction, and significantly more Republicans than Democrats feel like college is really just in the wrong direction overall. Here now to discuss, Cabot Phillips, Campus Reform Media Director, and back with us, Amber Athey. Cabot, let me start with you. It's interesting because everyone agrees that it's too expensive. And it's like a rudderless ship. I mean, you're paying all of this money. In many instances, lives are being set back by a decade trying to get adjusted once you get out of college. And what do you get for it?
And universities have no incentive to actually keep prices low. They know every year they can raise prices. Students are going to continue taking out these high-risk loans. The government's going to continue to subsidize it. And they can continue to charge people more money. And I think a lot of this poll is people are becoming aware of what's going on. All these students are getting to college and they're realizing, hey, my money's being spent on these ridiculous courses. At Campus Reform, we covered these insane ways that universities are wasting money. They see that the treatment that an average conservative student gets on class, they see that on a college campus, the university is really not committed to providing a well-rounded education. In many cases, they're more committed to indoctrination. And I think people are starting to wake up to that.
I mean, and also these campuses are beautiful, right? They're lush, they're luxurious. I mean, it's really amazing.
We have some instances we covered at Campus Forum. One, I believe it was LSU. They have a $4 million lazy river pool that goes around the entire campus. Other schools are putting in these. They're almost amusement parks. It's Disney World. I love a fun Disney World visit as much as the next person, but when it comes to taxpayer money being wasted and tuition prices rising because of it, it's a problem.
And Amber, of course, where you do see a difference along the political politics in this particular poll is when it comes to interference, professors, the bias, the overwhelming bias, and also, you know, the need for safe spaces. College used to be the exact opposite, right? It was a place where you engaged and you learned and you opened your mind. Instead, now you go find a place where you find your closest echo chamber.
Right. I think a lot of conservatives are beginning to recognize that colleges are no longer the place for people to become prepared for the real world like they used to be. Unfortunately, on many college campuses, the rule of the day is that you censor speech that you disagree with rather than combating it with reasoned debate, and that people who you disagree with need to be shouted down and actually even kicked off campus in the cases of many Republican speakers. So I think Republicans are seeing this trend on campus where students are so triggered by a chalk drawing of Donald Trump's name that they have to call the police. And average moderate Republicans like Ben Shapiro and other speakers are kicked off campus. They're saying, look, colleges are supposed to be a place where we're preparing people to enter the real world and act like adults, and instead we're babying them and treating them like children.
And it's really not even a partisan issue. I think Americans of both sides should be concerned about this. College should be teaching students how to debate. And when you're only providing people with one side of an issue, one side of an argument, people aren't getting a well-rounded education. That's a problem. I think there's a few things that's going to fix this problem. For anyone who answered negatively in this poll and said that colleges aren't doing their job, they can make a change. Number one, they can stop donating if you're an alumni. Stop giving money to your university if you feel like they're not doing the right job. Parents can stop sending their students to these schools who are failing. And President Trump has hinted in the past about withdrawing federal funding from universities that aren't defending essential freedom of speech liberties and other constitutional rights on campus. And so I think those are all things that can be done to fix this.
Amber, real quick, also, you know, when I see these really young college students or recent college grads who are rallying behind Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and, you know, Cabot has done an amazing job on this. Unfortunately, when you ask them about basic economics, you know, the difference between capitalism and socialism, they just don't know.
They have no idea, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has no idea herself either. She keeps insisting that Republicans are scared of her, but really I think they would love for her to keep talking, because pretty much every time that she gives an interview or opens her mouth, she undermines her own message by proving she knows next to nothing about the economy.
Yeah, but she is memorizing her talking points better. You got to admit that. All right. Thank you both very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charles.
Democrats are rallying behind socialist ideas like universal health care. But when you start to add it all up, let's just say the numbers are mind-boggling. But we'll break them down for you anyway. Next.
Insurance that won't replace the full value of your new car? You're better off throwing your money right into